Hey guys, it's Ed of the Grouch, and I'm throwing out this quick video for a viewer of mine who says he has an AT300. That's a Smithy, and I believe it's the predecessor model to mine, and I think the only major difference is maybe the carriage. Either way, being the predecessor to mine, it's pretty much the same layout. There's not going to be a half nut because everything is controlled on this axis from a single lead screw. So you're just going to have the lead nut there. And to do all your feeding, it's either going to be through the powertrain or the handle at the back end of the bed. Now he says he crashed the head, or crashed the carriage. Something went snap, and now it no longer advances, but he says he can machine using the handle manually. So we have to assume the lead nut's good, screw's good, handle's good. So we got to go through the drivetrain and find out what might have made that ugly noise. And now the lights start humming. Anyway, I guess the quickest way to check would be to throw it in gear or engage it and then spin the handle. First thing we want to check is this coupling over here. Now there's going to be a lot of slop in this train because the way it's constructed. But these two shafts should be locked together. One spins, the other spins. This is the drive side. This is the handle side. So if this shaft is spinning freely while it's engaged and this one's locked, well, you either sheared this tapered pin or there's a keyway on this shaft and you might have sheared the key on this half. However, if both of these are locked, the machine's running and it's still no worky, we got to look a little deeper. This is, I guess, you'd be considered your main feed clutch. A fairly simple arrangement. On the other side, inside of the housing, which we'll get to in a moment, is the drive gear, which goes to a stub shaft. And this stub shaft here drives a screw. And this lever, through a cam action, couples these two shafts together. I believe it's a hex, maybe. It's been a little while since I've been in there. It's either a hex or a flattened round, and you have a socket that runs over both of them, and they'll be close together. Move the lever over, the sleeve shifts, and it rides along and engages the other shaft and locks them together. So that's another thing to check, and to do that we just swing around to the side of the lathe. And this is your exterior gear train for threading. Your threading change gears here. This will be your drive shaft, and this is your driven shaft down on the lower right. Mine works a little bit loose. Anyway, this gear rides on a hub, and the hub down here is locked to the shaft with another one of them little cross pins. It's not tapered, it's just a slip fit, and it'll drop out of there once you pull the gear if it's not greased. So if you turn your machine on and this is spinning and your shaft's not, now we can narrow it down to the pin that holds this gear hub onto the shaft, or your clutch mechanism has snapped. But with the spindle turning, the gear train should be turning. Otherwise, if you're neutral, it's not. So make sure it's in gear. And check down here. That nut is part of the stub shaft. So if the gear is spinning down here in this corner and the nut is not, then you probably sheared the pin. If the nut and everything is turning, then the problem is going to be narrowed down to the clutch mechanism on the front side. So we need to find these things out before we can determine what made the ugly noise and why you can no longer do a power feed.